Hello, well today we're going to make pumpkin spice cupcakes with cream cheese frosting. This is another one of those things. Why do we only make pumpkin in the fall and winter? I don't understand. Anyway, what you have here, now one thing I want to say too, 350 for the oven, and the recipe calls for 12 regular sized cupcakes. But I've gone to making a lot of minis because that's all people really want. A big cupcake's good for a birthday party, I guess, but I'm going to make these mini. I can't remember how many I can get out of this, but we'll find out. So here I have 1½ cups of flour. In here I have 1½ teaspoons pumpkin spice, 1 teaspoon baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon salt. We're going to mix these together, and then I have 1 cup of pure pumpkin. That's when you buy solid pumpkin, no spices. 1 teaspoon vanilla, and 2 tablespoons of molasses. Last but not least, I have 1/2 cup of butter softened, 3/4 cup of sugar, and 2 eggs. This is easy to put together, it just seems like a lot. Let's get going. So first I have the spices and the flour, and I'm just going to mix those together. Just mix them together. That wasn't too hard. There. Now I have my pumpkin, my molasses. Here goes my molasses. Molasses is gooey to work with, I tell you. And the vanilla. And I'm going to combine these. Kind of squishy sounding. Then we have one more step, and we're going to put it all together. There, I like that. That looks good. Now I have my stand mixer out, and in here I'm going to beat the butter and the sugar on medium speed until they're fluffy, and then beat in the eggs one at a time. You add each of these, the dry and the pumpkin mixture, 1/3 at a time, and you beat them in until they're just, you don't want to beat the tar out of them until they're just mixed. You might have to rub the sides a bit. There goes 1/3 of the pumpkin. It sure smells good. This is the second third of the dry ingredients, and you're going to have to wipe the sides of your bowl. I just put in the second third of my pumpkin. Okay, that's the last of the dry, and in goes the last of the pumpkin molasses mixture. That was easier to put in than the flour. And remember, you're only going to do this until it's mixed together. I have my cookie sheet, which has 48 cupcake liners in there, and I have my mixture, and we're going to fill them up. And I am not going to show you doing it all the way. See, that's going to be about it. That is about what I'm going to do. These are tiny little fellas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times 6. That's how many cupcakes I came up with. I tell you, I've lost some of my multiplication table. I didn't quite finish it out. I suppose I could have been more skimpy on some of these. Now for the full size muffins, they call for 25 to 30 minutes, or until your pokey stick comes out clean. Well, I'm going to do 15 and see if that's enough. Let me put these in. There we are, folks, 15 minutes, and they were done perfectly when I inserted my toothpick. Remember, the recipe for big sized cupcakes is 25 to 30 minutes, but for the little ones, 15. Now they have to sit here for 5 minutes. I'll put them on a rack, and we let them cool for 30. And now I'm going to make up the frosting. In my mixer bowl, I have 4 ounces of cream cheese softened and 2 tablespoons of butter softened, and I'm going to beat this until it's fluffy. Right here I have my 2 cups of powdered sugar, and I have a teaspoon of pumpkin spice too. I already put in the vanilla, so I'm going to add both of these at the same time. Then, because I didn't like the consistency, I added 2 tablespoons of milk, and it's much better. Can you see that? we're going to start icing our cupcakes. Okay, as you can see, I tried using a piping bag. I am all thumbs with that thing. I think I'm going to dress them up a little bit here, though. I'm not quite happy with that. Yeah, I know. I tried to get fancy. I'll just clean them up a little bit here. That's a lot of frosting on a little cupcake. They probably won't complain. So this is pumpkin spiced cupcakes with cream cheese frosting, and there's a little of the pumpkin pie spice in the frosting too, and that frosting is unbelievably good. I suppose I could leave him like that. He looks decent. I have never been able to master a piping bag. Sheesh. Sorry about that. Okay, I just ate my second muffin. I gotta walk away. These are really good muffins, but that frosting is some of the best I've ever made. Give this one a try. Till next time, bye-bye.